Hi, my name is Saurabh Sen. I'm the founder of Buylist.com and the creator of the Buycaster, our flagship stock analysis tool. In this video, I'd like to take you on a brief tour of the Buycaster. But before I do that, I'd like to spell out exactly what problem the Buycaster solves. The Buycaster is specifically designed to significantly reduce, if not eliminate, stress from equity investing. The Buycaster is deliberately designed to be the voice of reason in an ocean of stock tips and hot takes. And on that note, the Buycaster does not provide any stock tips or hot takes. It is purely an analysis tool, and we call it a rationality tool. What it does is it takes the guesswork out of investing. And it does that by drawing a clear line of connection between our desired return and how rational it is for the stock to deliver that return. I think this will become clearer as we go through the Buycaster. So let's do it. Once you open up the Buycaster, there are two things to do. One is select a stock and then select the desired return. So let's go with something we all know about, maybe Apple. Crunches the numbers. Well, then we can select our desired return. Let's say we only want a 10% CAGR out of Apple. Everything in this dashboard starts with this desired return. And right off the bat, you get a rationality rating. The rest of this dashboard gets into the nuts and bolts of the business, the underlying business behind the stock, to build up to this rationality rating. First, we have some warm-up stats about the stock and the company. And then we move into the meat of it. The rationality rating is a 4-step process, and the Buycast is the first and most significant step. What is the Buycast? The Buycast is a revenue growth that we need to believe to consider buying the stock. This is a back-solving process. We've started with our desired return, and then we backpedal from that to our desired stock price or our stock price target. And from there, we move up the cash flow waterfall from our desired free cash flow all the way up to revenue growth. And that's how we back solve into this number. The following steps are about quantifying the believability of this number. That's what step 2 is about, which gives us the nuts and bolts of our sanity rating. In the following step, we quantify risk, and risk for us is specifically thesis risk, and in this case, it is the risk of getting the Buycast wrong. And we quantify that using a potential capital loss number that we calculate. That gives us a safety rating. And the rationality rating ultimately is a combination of the sanity rating and the safety rating. This 5.6 number is the number you first saw right up on top of the dashboard. I'd like to go back to the Buycast for a second because it's important. And the point I'd like to make is that this is the line of connection between our desired return and how rational it is for the stock to deliver that return. Here's an immediate use case for the Buycaster. You know of a company and you know it pretty well. You like their product, you like their service, you've read about it, you use the product, maybe. The point is that you have a good idea of their competitive advantage and you wonder whether it's a good investment. Is the stock a good buy? The Buycaster answers that question in a completely no BS, rational way. And it does that in seconds for over 3,500 stocks. The overarching philosophy behind the Buycaster is it's okay to be exuberant in equity investing. In fact, I think it's a good thing. But just be rationally exuberant. That's the balance that the Buycaster tries to strike. And then the returns will follow. So I encourage you to use the Buycaster as your voice of reason, to cut through the noise of stock tips and hot takes, to do your deep dive, forward-looking fundamental analysis for you, especially for high-growth companies with strong multi-decade thematic tailwinds behind them. Be exuberant, rationally exuberant,